missed the out.
Grab my whiskey. I'm trying to get drunk.
We don't care what R. Kelly did.
Did I say anything racist this time? You better get out of here, honky.
And now for something completely different.
I got moves, man.
Well, two honks and Kim just messing around. You'll never know what they talk about on two honks. Two honks and Kevin. You might hear something about the NBA. Maybe they'll just make your day on two honks and Kevin. It's sports and life and family too. Let's all listen to two honks and a Kevin.
Yeehaw! Just crap my pants.
All right, everybody. It is July 28th, and since I have the other guys muted, we're just going to play this. All right. Yep. Enough of that. Yeah, kind of fooling myself there. So, what's up, guys?
Richard's back.
Yeah, he's back.
You should have played "Welcome Back, Welcome Back."
Yeah.
You know that song?
Yes. Yeah.
I only know that song because Mace did a remix of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mace was tight back in the day.
He was. Did he? Wait, crazy.
Mace is still tight.
Yeah.
Was he the one that could play basketball, or was that another dude? I'm thinking
So, mate.
I mean,
so
he was
all-
black. There's a good chance.
So there's a
We're
story.
live.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
So
that's why I'm turning it up.
There's a story about all of them lived in like the same part of Harlem, and all of them played basketball and were really good. Like him, Cameron, and all of them were really good.
It was Master P because he played for like the
Yeah, Master P could hoop.
yeah, he played
Bobcats.
professional.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
I just kind of like pulled in, return, and then that's what pulled up. I was like, okay, we can go. I'm lazy. We can go with that.
He said, "I'm ready to go."
Yeah.
So how was it? So it sounds like Rich disappeared to the woods for like 3 weeks. I'm not sure if that's what really happened or not, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah, 1 week. It was the yearly hiatus where we go to the lake house and the internet is not good at all there. So I was getting some reception, so that's like every once in a while you'd see me chime in, but it was very like one word here or there.
Yeah.
So I quit doing it though because I was like, I think I might be coming off as a dick with like my one word responses. So I just quit talking because
Great. You just get off the screen.
you can say more than one word and you still come off as a dick.
hey, that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
I'm here. You have to deal with me one way or the other.
Hey, I done figured that out. So when you say the lake house, is this a lake house that you guys own, that you rent, or what's the situation?
Yeah, so my wife has family members that are fairly generous, and they own a lake house.
That's
Nice.
what's up.
About an hour south of here, actually fairly close to Atterbury. You can hear if they do live fire exercises. You can hear the live fire exercises.
That's awesome.
Cool, kind of flashbacky.
Like the Nineveh area, like Franklin.
that's exactly
Nineveh.
where it is. We drive.
Yeah,
we
there you go.
drive
That's what I'm talking about.
Nineveh.
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater.
Yep, there you go. I'm trying to remember what they call it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not that far. That's a nice little,
it's an hour away. Yeah.
Yeah. When you were when I saw that you were at a lake house or whatever, I was like, man, I should look up, Airbnbs for lake houses, which I never did until last night. I just did like a quick 5-minute search just to I was just curious to see what was available and how much it was. There's a lot of pretty nice Airbnbs. I mean, I did see some was like $350 a night.
Yeah.
But I saw one that was like almost 200. But I was like, man, that'd be a nice, just little, maybe take Friday off, go down there Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown County has some spots like that too. It's where you just rent the cabin for a couple
Isn't it
days.
like
but it's good.
Abe Lincoln Lodge or something like that in Brown County?
Well, you can do a Martin Lodge, but they also have like when we used to do Thanksgiving, we go and rent that big lake house, and I mean that was like $250 a night or something like that. But I'm with Blake like a little 4-day week.
Dude,
and
those little trips.
Because I mean it's nothing to get away like Richard. Like you're off the grid. Like you can put I like those times where you put your phone down. You're not at home. You're dirtying up somebody else's house. It's all I need for like a day or two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it's that nice little getaway.
It's just a good refresher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised how much you can do that, and it's close. Like that's why we like going to Michigan a lot because I mean it's right there.
Yeah. Did I end up telling you guys what I did on my birthday, that birthday morning?
I think you mentioned sleeping outside or something and raining, and you enjoyed the camping. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I couldn't remember if I said it or not, but I was just going to bring up like just that little morning of like just being in the woods, very little reception, you know, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like even that was like, I mean, I just remember at one point Aaron and I just kind of looked at each other and was like, this is nice, dude. You know, like I'm not looking at my emails. I'm not, you know, it's like,
I've gotten to that point too, Blake. Like I feel like the last year or so, like to be able to just like
put it away.
Yes. And just pay attention to something.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like if I'm busy at work, like, dude, I mean, this week, like I barely get on TikTok, Instagram. I very rarely get on Facebook anymore. And sometimes I just grab my phone and I'm like, I'm not even going to open it. Like, I don't know what I want to do with my phone right now. I'm staring at it. You know, I'm kind of bored at work or whatever, you know, but yeah.
I just want to flick my thumb up and just see the
pod machine now.
I mean, and that's what I mean. I kind of look for podcasts more than anything. And I think when we first got on, you guys were talking about, you know, shows to watch. It's like, I don't know. I've got 4,000 shows, you know, I could watch. And it's like, I can't tell you, I haven't turned this TV on in my garage in probably 2 weeks. Like I got nothing to watch, you know, right now, really. There's really no sport.
Hey, yeah. I mean, season's coming.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like you even alluded to, like watching the comedy special. Like there's a lot of times where I've been so busy at work, I kind of want some instant gratification. So like those little short YouTubes or TikToks, like trying to burn
get you
like that, and like at least get some kind of content during the day, right?
Yeah, I know we talk about it all the time, but it is amazing how that is our new world of entertainment. I mean, you know, my kids, you know, I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, they don't really watch the sitcoms. You know, they're just waiting for the series and let me binge watch it and obsess over it for a month, and then get excited about the next thing. You know?
Yeah. No commercials.
No commercials. Don't need them.
Commercials. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Have you guys started Big Brother? Or is it Jared that's a Big Brother fan?
Jared's the Big Brother fan. I just watch it whenever. I didn't know that it started again.
Yeah, Nika was watching it the other day. I tried to tune in for a few minutes of it, but it's too, like I've said, it's too much of a dedication to watch that show.
You got to
I don't
watch
have
that
3 nights
over the weekend, because they'll do 3 nights in a row.
Yeah,
and like if you'll be lost, so you got to watch that in pockets. Like if you miss one night and then you skip to the next one, you're hit.
Yeah, I know. You know what else is that way is wrestling. You could watch wrestling Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday,
really,
and Saturday night, and Sunday night. You can literally watch wrestling 7 days a week if you so choose.
Because of what? WWE or just all the leagues?
So WWE is on Monday, Raw's Monday, NXT's Tuesday, SmackDown is Friday, AEW's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure there's something on Thursday. I'm not sure what it is.
For some reason, I thought something was on Saturday though too.
Saturday is usually pay-per-views now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they run the pay-per-views on Saturday now.
I follow it on Bleacher Report and I just get notification.
And they're still doing the same thing where they you just pay the however much a month for the WWE and you get the pay-per-view.
They're on Peacock now.
Okay.
NBC. So I mean, it's kind of made it a better deal because now I can watch everything on NBC and WWE for like one subscription fee.
Right.
So that's kind of dope. Yeah, but yeah, they do that. They don't call them pay-per-views anymore. They call them like some sort of like special live events or something like that.
Yeah, special event.
Yeah, so they don't. Yeah,
but you're getting the bonus content with Peacock too.
Yeah, you're getting all the.
It's a bundle more than anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's where they get you.
You get everything. Yeah. You get all the NBC stuff plus WWE stuff, which is, I mean, NBC stuff is okay. I mean, But I mean, for somebody like me, like I don't have cable and I don't have an antenna, like I can, hop on NBC, stuff and watch whatever local stream I want to watch. So, I don't know, like CBS, if you have Paramount, you can watch their football games. So that's pretty dope. But speaking of that, like, did you guys see $4.99 a month for NFL stuff? Is that what I read?
I haven't seen that, but I do have.
That's an insane price.
Yeah, that is insane. But I have the Hulu Live Sports, and like it's a really good price. So like I told you guys, like we ended DirecTV and all that stuff because the only reason we had DirecTV because it came in the package with the internet, and I was like, hey, we just gotta basically pick one. So we picked Hulu because of the Live Sports package.
So how much?
It has the basic cable anyway.
Right. How much do you pay for the Hulu?
I think it's like, and I think Hulu's with our Spotify too. I think it's like $43 or something like that.
Oh, okay, that's cheaper because we had the YouTube TV and we were splitting it with somebody, and that makes it like $30-$40 or whatever.
Yeah,
but still, we still dropped.
There's like a Disney Plus thing with it too, but we just haven't merged them all over.
Oh yeah, you get the bundle. You get the Disney, ESPN plus Hulu.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure it's probably happening behind scenes, but I'm kind of surprised that one big company hasn't come and just bought up all of that.
Like cable?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah, you're right. And then it's all right. But, because that's what we're doing, right? We want bundles because it's a whole lot cheaper than buying 4 or 5 different, different apps or whatever.
Yeah, because I mean, if you do it right, though, you can get most of them bundled in with other services, right? Because I think like with T-Mobile, I get Paramount and Netflix. With my AT&T,
but AT&T is free. Yeah,
AT&T you get HBO Max, and then I get discounted Hulu for like $2 a month, and then because Jen's a teacher, we get Amazon Prime for like $50 a year. So it's like we're not paying that much for anything anyways, so we might as well just have it. You know what I mean? Like we're literally paying probably not even $50 a month for everything.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad deal if you kind of take it.
That's not what your internet package is, it?
So yeah, HBO is with our AT&T internet.
Yeah.
So
that's how I was just.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it's just like you said. The big thing is cable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just taking a slice of the pie of what we actually watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, if you
everything.
Really wanted to, like, if you didn't have it like that, you can just get one at a time. Like you could say, hey, this month I want to watch these shows on Paramount. Like I just can binge. They're all out. I can binge them all, and then you can have $15 a month. You can watch everything on Paramount, dump it. Then next month, say, hey, I want to watch Stranger Things and Ozark. So
there's so much content, man.
It is so much. It's overwhelming.
It's like, is this all? Is this all that people do? It's just watch shows, man.
I mean, like, I mean that's the thing me and my wife do. We'll watch like 1 or 2 episodes.
Oh, you just cut out, Rich. You there?
Oh yeah, I said my wife and I will watch 1 or 2 episodes of something almost every night when the kids are in bed. That's kind of
in bed,
wind down, hang out time.
I think I looked at Netflix this weekend. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna pick something to watch, dude. There's so much stuff on there. It's like this is overwhelming for me. Like I just want to dumb down.
I guess that.
Go ahead, Blake. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was on
so much of it. Like a lot of it's trash. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna watch 90% of it. Like, I'm very specific in terms.
But I like watching the trailers to see if I will watch it. It's the same. It's the same thing with Game Pass. Like me and Olivia will pick a day of the month. Hey, what am I gonna put on my playlist? Let's watch every trailer. Boom, 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 boom.
Next thing you know, you're not doing anything because you spent.
Absolutely. You could have been playing or watching something, and you spent 30 minutes looking through something that
You know what that is? You know what the equivalent of that is? Is back in the day when your dad had the remote and he would just flip through every single channel.
Yeah.
Like pick a channel.
Yeah. I think there's just too much, and it's such a commitment. To like get especially if it's a series. Yeah, like, dude, do I really want to get committed? And I think that's why I don't click on any of it, because I'm like, dude, that's 2 hours. Like, do I, what if I don't like it? Like, what, So I just
really have time for this. I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I want to be doing this.
Yeah, and then I'll just like go outside and do something. I think I'd just rather be outside, especially when it's nice out.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, it's I try to be very purposeful when I turn on something. Like I don't turn on Netflix unless I know for sure like this is what I'm gonna watch. Like I don't
Right.
like that, and that's part of the reason why I got rid of cable was because it's like you're just sitting there and it's on in the background and you're not doing anything with a
You're
purpose.
playing on your phone.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing purposefully? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm potentially watching this show. It's just not on in the background just because.
Right. Yeah. It's just background noise. You know, it's like listening to music or whatever for a lot of people. You know, I feel like that's how, if I have the TV on, man, that's usually how it is. Like I'm, messing around on my phone or I'm editing pictures or, whatever.
Working on a laptop or something. And then don't let somebody turn it off and you're like, no, I'm watching that. No,
yeah, for real. Yeah. It's finally the fourth quarter. I'm finally going to pay attention. Hey, I did want to kind of bring up what's happening to Nate Diaz. Little UFC talk real quick. So Nate Diaz, for those that don't know, he's been in the UFC for, I don't know, 15 years, 20 years. I mean,
he's probably haven't fought in the last 10.
Yeah, he has. Nate? Come on, Nate.
Who's he fought after Conor?
Who
How
did he?
How long ago was the Conor fight?
I'd have to look up his record. I mean, you're right. He doesn't fight. He doesn't fight that often, but that's kind of beside. It's not beside the point. But he fought Leon Edwards, June of 21. That goes into my story. So since then, he has had one fight left on his contract. Okay. The trilogy fight with Conor McGregor is still lingering, right? And I think that was supposed to be maybe his last fight. Makes sense. UFC would want to cash out on that, make the money from that fight, and then Nate can retire and go on to do whatever to do whatever he wants, right? Yeah. Well, Conor's not ready for that fight, so they keep trying to renegotiate with Nate on his contract, and Nate's he's just done. Jake Paul, he's got the potential Jake Paul boxing match in the future. So he just wants to be an independent, whatever fighter.
He wants to go out of the contract.
Yeah. He just wants to be done. He's given to the sport. He's been a fan favorite. He's made the UFC a ton of money. I mean, he was one of the guys that was on one of those crappy contracts from the tough eras, where it was like, whatever, 50 and 50, or maybe it was 100,000 and 100,000, to 100 to show up, 100 to win, so he potentially was making 200,000 to fight, but was a much, much, much bigger star than that, deserved more money. Anyways, so they can't come to an agreement to renew his contract. So they give him Hamzat. I got to look up his name.
I know you're talking about that.
Yeah, they give him Hamzat.
Kazamet or something like that.
Yeah, it's Hazma. I just had it.
Kamzamet. Yeah. He's a beast, though.
No, you pronounce it Hamzat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. He's from Russia. He's a killer. He's ranked number 4th. Nate Diaz isn't even ranked. It literally makes no sense why they gave him this fight, and it's just another I love this sport, but instead of giving this guy a Donald Cerrone, of course he's retired, a Clay Guida, an old veteran, they give him this killer that everybody is afraid of, nobody wants to fight, and they're making him basically fight his last fight against potentially the future champion, and it's just, I think it's sickening, to be honest with you.
Hey, but isn't that WWE? You're not leaving without the belt. You're not leaving with the belt.
Your last match is a loss.
Right. And listen, and I get that, but Diaz hasn't won a fight in umpteen years. Why are you giving him? Right, if that happened to Conor, if Conor came in and was like, yeah, we're going to give you the number 3 ranked person, even though you haven't won in a couple years, everybody'd be like, he doesn't even deserve that fight. Why is he getting that fight? Right? I mean, what if Nate wins? I mean, that's honestly what we all want. If Nate pulls off the win,
that's the thing that they don't want.
Yeah,
right. That's the thing that they don't want. Yeah.
And listen, I do understand the other side of it. Of all right, you're on your way out. We're going to show all of your fans this new killer, and we're going to make you fight him. So everyone knows about this new Russian that's potentially going to be the champion, right? So I get that. You're using...
They're going to make him fight Kazmat so he makes sure he don't want to come back.
Yeah. And that's what's scary.
Then I feel like that's what they do, man. Like, and you get pounded on it. Like who, I think it was like Shogun one time. I think he fought John Jones as like one of his last one. And like they show him and he's just like
destroyed.
Like I just feel like the sport is out. How many people respectively have gone out with a win?
It's not even about going out with a win. It's going out with a chance. It's going, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes me sad. It's like, dude, like this guy is given so much. Like, could you imagine them doing that to whoever, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Jordan, right? Where it's just like, well, this is your last season. We're not going to parade you. We're not going to celebrate what you've done for our sport. We're going to feed you to the dogs and watch them eat you.
But Blake,
on your way out.
If you have a chance, you're not going to stop.
What do you mean?
Saying? If I have a chance and like, hey, I was in that, like I'm coming back. I'm not retiring, right?
Right, but dude, Nate just wants out.
Yeah, I know.
Nate just wants out.
It's different for Nate because he's not retiring. I'm thinking about retiring, not just wanting out of the sport.
Yeah, and Dana knows that Nate can't hang with this new flock of fighters, right? Like he's in that Donald Cerrone, Clay Guida, that era, right? So it's like he knows he's on his way out.
Nate's just a fighter.
Bless him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like let him go fight Jake Paul and still represent him and say, yeah, he was a UFC fighter, gave us some of the most entertaining fights in the world. We love that dog, right? Like the NBA does from the past champions or the past. Doesn't have to be a champion, you know. So I love this sport so much, and I've been following it for a long time. But it's like when I see that type of stuff, it's like, dude, you guys are just savages. Like you're not only that,
they're getting more money.
Yeah.
I got a question. He has one more fight with the UFC. The UFC can't work anything with Triller to kind of make that fight with Jake Paul. All right, cool.
No, Triller's out of the picture with Jake Paul.
Yeah. And then, so Nate probably would even make more money if it was under UFC too, right? If it was Jake versus Nate
in the UFC fight,
I'm saying UFC is back in the fight. It don't have to be in the octagon.
That's what they did for McGregor.
Like they did for Conor. Like the Conor thing was different. Like UFC made money and Conor made money off of that, right?
Right, but. I think the way Nate looks at it is like, just give me out of my contract. Give me out of my contract. I'll go make that side money on my. I don't need to run through you. You know, I don't need that unless Jake Paul wants to fight in the UFC, which he has hinted to. But I mean, let's be honest. You know, Diaz would absolutely destroy him if it's a mixed martial arts fight. I don't even want to see that. But so, anyways, that just kind of hit my radar this week, and it just, you know, like I said, I kind of get both sides of it, you know, but then again,
the UFC's got to do, you know, kind of like what you alluded to. They got to take the Nate Diaz fans and now point their eyes toward this number 4 guy. They can't give him a Clay Guida because, like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't think isn't he retired? Like, they're all gone. Like they don't.
Everybody from Diaz era is out.
Is people WWE fans are the same way. And UFC fans are this way. They always bitch and moan about wanting to see up-and-coming stars and them create new stars. Well, dude, if this guy destroys Nate, I mean, look, dude, Nate's a great fighter. But if this dude ends up, you know, then boom, star made.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. He's already a star. You don't have to.
I don't even know him. I don't even know him. Don't know him.
Well, yeah, and you probably.
I'm surprised you don't, because he's on a lot of stuff.
Oh, dude, people have been talking about
like social media wise, and
he trained with Khabib. It's like been known for like 2 years that this guy is the next
Khabib,
basically. Like DC will talk. Daniel Cormier will talk about, like, dude, I'm telling you, like, he takes heavyweights down. Like this guy, I've just never seen anyone like he is. I mean, he'll be the champ, right, dude? I just hope Nate finds a way to choke him out, flip the bird, and just walk out to the sunset.
It's gonna be entertaining, man.
Oh, I can't wait.
Don't they sign it? Didn't they, or do they sign some sort of a contract that if they win a fight, they are automatically
rematch.
Isn't there something like that? Where
I
if
don't-
their last fight, they're automatically re-signed for like another fight or two.
No, because Francis, the heavyweight,
Yeah,
that he just put his whole basically career on the line. He did not re-sign, so he basically is a free agent and a champion. So I don't know if they'll make him vacate the
And
belt.
he's
or
still
what.
not. He's still
He-
not.
but he's hurt. He's hurt
yeah,
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
because he wants to go make $50 million or however much to go box Tyson.
Yeah, Fury.
Fury. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. yeah. It wouldn't surprise me.
But they'll do an interim champ and they'll give him a timetable of, hey, you either sign the contract and come back and fight, or you got to relinquish the belt.
Yeah.
So that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's kind of interesting to watch some of these fighters fight out their contracts and not re-sign and, test the waters. And, some are going to, one championship or Bellator or whatever. And, I think it's good, kind of like WWE. I think it's good when you got multiple organizations doing well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Maybe Triple H will take over the UFC.
Well, yeah, Rich, I don't know if you want to touch on that. I mean, speaking of fighting and WWE and all that, I know there's been I guess that's big news. Vince McMahon has stepped down. Obviously, he's been a pioneer of the sport. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing that everybody's been talking about for years now has finally came to kind of fruition, so to speak. Everybody's always kind of talked about when Vince McMahon steps down that Triple H and Stephanie will be like the go-to, like in terms of creative and WWE CEO head, and then the changes that are necessary are going to make, because the way it's looked at right now, it's really ran by older men, and they're stuck in their ways, and there are certain things you can't say, certain things you can't do, and so it's the thought process is, Triple H when he ran NXT, like people loved it.
Yeah,
it was a lot of the older fans got back into it because of it. But anyways, yeah, so Vince McMahon, I guess because of the whole scandal situation, kind of stepped down. And the thing was, I know I read somewhere like they can't fire him. Like he owns too much of the majority of the stake that they could not vote him out. Like even if they wanted to fire him, it wasn't going to happen.
Really?
Yeah, because he owned so much of WWE.
That's what I was going to say. How can you fire the owner?
Well, he's not an owner; it's a publicly traded company now.
Okay.
He owns majority stock. So, in order to fire the CEO, I think the board has to vote on it, but he has a majority of the board as well votes. So, you were never going to get him out that way. So, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you feel like it's in good hands, and do you think he was ready to retire, or because of the scandal,
Definitely.
which I hate that someone that's done.
I feel like there's no scandal though.
Yeah, but there is.
Yeah, he cheated. Shocker.
No, but it was consensual. Like what?
No,
okay,
and I
what's
agree
wrong
with that part. There's nothing illegal that happened. I don't necessarily think he's like. This is not. I don't think a Me Too thing. Like this isn't what's happening at all. This is a financial thing where you had relations with people, and because of those relations and the intent to hush them, you gave them a raise of several $100,000, plus are paying them millions of dollars, which I don't know how the $1 million payouts went. I don't know for sure if those.
Hold on, is this multiple people? I thought it was one person.
Dude, give me some.
Look, that's the thing, though, is we all knew. Like, don't pretend like nobody knew that Vince McMahon was not, whether it's a legal secretary or, a wrestler. Like, let's not pretend this is a shocker to anybody.
No kidding, dude.
So that's the other thing is like, well, duh. Like,
yeah. Like this isn't even a scandal. It's like almost a known fact.
Breaking news.
A billionaire cheats on his wife.
So here's where it kind of gets interesting. About a year, some change ago, Triple H had his heart attack. I am sure you guys are familiar with this. And because of that, he had to step away for a while.
You should have just drank that, Blake.
Yeah, should have. So
that was a bug, bro. That was a bug. I was looking at that protein about About
Yeah,
went for it.
there. You might as well go ahead and do that, bro.
Butter baby.
Cheers, mate.
So much so that he actually left the company for a while. Triple H did.
Yeah.
And then about 2 months ago, Stephanie McMahon left the company too. She went on a hiatus. So part of me thinks that the only reason why Vince McMahon agreed to step down was because they agreed to allow Stephanie to be CEO. And I think since that happened, he was more willing to do it. And because, as we know, Stephanie and Triple H are married, now what happens is Monday, the announcement was made that Triple H is now head of talent and he's the head of creative. So everything gets ran by him now instead of Vince.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow.
it's kind of like everything everybody talked about. We're like, man, it would be great if Vince left, and I don't think anybody wanted the guy to die, but just left, and then let Stephanie and Triple H
run it for a little bit.
Because the other problem too is a lot of people that were there currently that have been there for a long time, I think were there because of favors. Like they did something for Vince, and Vince promised them long-term employment. And so
right.
And now that he's gone, the thinking is those people are going to go away eventually.
Right.
So you think they're going to weed out some of the older wrestlers, kind of bring in some newer talent, and
not really
grow it?
Say, but more of like the backstage politicking.
Yeah, he's talking about the crew.
Yeah, I don't want to oversaturate the discussion with specific names or anything. But yeah, just like there's like Kevin Dunn is one of them, for instance. But just like a couple people who just seem to make really shitty decisions in terms of creative control. And like one of the things came out. I don't know if do you guys know who Freddie Prinze Jr. is?
Yeah, I do. That's the actor. Yeah.
So he actually was a writer for WWE for a while.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And so he was talking about how like one of them, I don't remember which one it was, so I don't want to say, but one of them would deny giving a female a championship because this is what he would say. He would say because she's not enough.
Because she's
not pretty enough.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what he would just say. He's like, she's not pretty enough.
He'd just be that honest with it.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know.
But that's a thing, especially in entertainment.
Have you ever seen a WWE female wrestler that is not attractive? Like
no,
that's like below a 7.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't want to.
So it's like, what are you on? Like, yeah. I want to know who you said that about because I want to know which one of these women that you did not find attractive.
Like if you're going to make me watch wrestling, female wrestling, they better be attractive.
Yeah, I don't know. But just like stuff like that, like decisions like that, like things like that being said of like, that's a really shitty way to like, you know what I mean? Like I understand. Look, okay,
isn't that the business though? Like
it's the business and it's entertainment. But like I said, like, what women would you on the roster would you say that about?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know of a one.
That's wild, man.
Yeah,
that's wild.
So the thinking is they'll probably well, actually they already canceled a match that was going to take place this Saturday on SummerSlam. Already canceled the match, and Triple H back said he wants to change that storyline.
Wow.
So things are already happening. They're saying like you'll probably see bigger differences. And
so do you feel like it's an excitement? Like are fans happy it's in these hands or
rejuvenated?
Yeah, because I think people really liked NXT. Now NXT didn't have that many viewers because it wasn't a main. Like people are saying that. Like, even though people claim that NXT was a great show and loved it, it didn't have that many viewers. But it's like, dude, like you're talking about Monday Night Raw that's been around for 30 years.
Yeah. NXT kind of felt like a later version of ECW. Like the dedicated people, and they had a strong following from the viewers that were watching, but it wasn't a lot of viewers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's because it's like people are already watching 5 hours of wrestling. If you watch SmackDown and Raw every week, you're watching 5 hours.
Too much.
A week.
Yeah, that's too much.
And then you got AEW in the mix. People are wanting to watch AEW because that's got Chris Jericho. It's got the Hardys. It's got a lot of good players in there too. So it's like, okay, so now you're 7 hours in for the week.
So that's an interesting topic too. Like, how long does that last? How much longer can sporting events do that? right? Like you almost need it. It's kind of what we were talking about earlier about the stand-up comedy. It's like, hey, look, I get it. You know, you're special. I know you want to entertain me for an hour, but can you just do it for like 30 minutes?
Raw's 3 hours.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, even my UFC's the same way. You know, it's like it drags and drags.
Like, I feel like we're just in that stage of instant gratification because even with sports, hey, I'm not really watching a game of anything until the second half. Like,
yeah,
I feel like different sports do like the only sport that I can think of that is kind of innovative with that is like NFL Red Zone. Like, you just want to see the scores. Hey, when it gets to the red zone, we'll flip it. We'll give you all these options of what you. I mean, that's the only sport that I know that's catered to that the best, but it's the only sport that can't cater to it.
I feel like the go-to move though with sports and wrestling in general is like to wait to that third hour, like record it, wait to that third hour, and then start watching it and just fast forward through all the garbage, and then the 3-hour event into 30, 45 minutes.
The sweet spot. Where everybody's, because even us do it on a text message. Haven't paid attention to this the whole game.
Yeah,
last 3 minutes.
I think I remember reading a statistic where like a football game only consists of like 9 minutes of action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You can
literally
turn on record the whole game, turn it on in the fourth quarter, and be caught up by the last
commercials. And between quarters, they played the highlights. Of the whole game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like before long, I should just be able to get on NBA TikTok and or NFL TikTok and just watch the whole. If it's only 9 minutes, you can cut that down. Show me the important highlights, and then in a minute, I watch the whole game. Yeah.
Or I mean, there's probably a market for that in each sport. Like after the game, hey, here's a short summary. The 10 minutes we crammed in for the people that you know what I'm saying.
But when you think about the other end, though, like the more events that WWE has, which means it's more places they can go, more tickets they can sell, more merch that they can sell, all of that. Like, okay, so what? You didn't watch all of SmackDown? Like we sold, whatever. $200,000 worth of tickets, or probably more than that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure it's because UFC does the same thing. There's a fight every single week. Well, if there wasn't one every single week, then how it used to be, it was every month, basically, and it was that big pay-per-view, and you watch all the big, and now they've turned it into a whole lot more than that, which I don't mind, but it just makes it impossible to keep track of everybody. all the different names.
Right.
Do you guys want to talk about that Brittany Griner stuff?
Go ahead. You already brought it up now.
I don't really know. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't think people have enough.
I don't think people care.
Well, I don't think anybody really has enough insider knowledge to really give a factual and intellectual conversation about it. It's like, I don't know who has what behind the scenes. And I don't know that guy they're giving, like, he's done 11 years. How many years does he have left? What else is going on there? Like,
So who's the Russian guy? Like, what is he locked up for?
He's called the Merchant of Death.
Summarized it for me
he's called the Merchant of Death. Yeah, and he's just and it's like, and it's kind of like what
a name.
What was alluded to was like, so we traded Brittany Griner for the Merchant of Death. Like,
fantasy draft.
People were like, man, US got fleeced in that trade. Like,
yeah. Like, I mean, this chick got caught with like CBD oil. I don't even think it was like THC.
Yeah, it was CBD oil. And I think,
like, just think about that. That's so crazy.
Hey, Blake, and I get it's petty, but I'm gonna tell you what. Hey, if I'm going to another country, I'm not doing.
I ain't taking shit. Nah,
I'm not doing nothing.
I mean, I almost wonder if she even knew. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably so normal to her that you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
and she said it's for medical purposes. I think, but it's like at the same time, I think she is a victim of circumstances. I think that if it wasn't her, it was going to be somebody. Like,
because they went through the whole, but like they wanted to find something on somebody. Like, that's how petty it was.
But why? But why a WNBA player? I mean,
they wanted a U.S. citizen. It wasn't that she was that she was a WNBA player. They wanted a U.S. citizen.
And I think too, I think they're giving us somebody else too that they wanted for a few years. Some guy that apparently got arrested for espionage. They claim. I don't know if it's factual. Like I said, I don't know enough of the insider. Like, I don't think anybody does. Like, which one of us is sitting in White House defense meetings? Like, I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly the ins and outs of it. It sounds silly on paper. I mean, when you think about it.
Right. Yeah. When you look at the fact that she's locked up in a foreign country for some CBD oil.
How scary is that though?
She's a domestic abuser too. Like she get arrested for beating up her wife or her girlfriend or something too. So it's
that was a couple of years ago.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's the most perfect, citizen, but
it's like, I don't know. People are like, oh, like, but she's not. If it was a dude and he got arrested for beating up his wife, no one would give a shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird.
No, I understand. And I mean, there's that human nature of it, of like, oh my God, like I can't imagine like my life being taken away from me for such a stupid thing. My name is all out there. Everyone knows. No one's doing anything about it. I'm locked in these these four walls for something like literally, like, I mean, just think, like, just imagine your freedom being taken from you because you had something on you that was an oil that does nothing, that doesn't hurt anyone, right? But then again, if you're going to feel that way for her, you have to feel that way for the thousands of people that are locked up for weed right now in jail for years upon years because they dealed an ounce of weed to somebody.
Yeah, that is what it is. Like, if you do something illegal, it's illegal, then that's shit on you. I don't feel bad about that, but it's like she shouldn't have brought it over there anyways. That's kind of weird. Like what Kevin's saying.
I get it.
I'm not bringing over anything over there.
I'm not doing anything in a foreign country.
Nah,
but what if it's just an accident?
Especially in Russia.
I mean, what if it's just?
I mean, technically, to me, it is.
Yeah, what if she didn't know?
Yeah,
I mean, that's a huge possibility.
Yeah, it's there. Well, didn't she get caught with it going home? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
That's the problem. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the story because.
But that's the thing. Like, this has been lingering for months, and none of us really care.
But we don't care. It's not that you get what I'm saying. So that's the scary. So just think if you're Brittany Griner and people are like, nobody even cares. I'm over in Russia for some CBD oil.
The WNBA. What do we do?
Absolutely. Absolutely,
dude. Listen to me. I'm about to go off.
And this was all to make more money because the WNBA doesn't pay her anything.
Dude, listen. Okay, I'm in this fantasy basketball league, right? We're doing this WNBA.
You're not in a fantasy basketball league. You're in a fantasy WNBA.
Yes. Yes, there you go. Okay, so I literally had this player. There's only 4 of us in this league, so we have like all the best players, right? So I have this chick on my team. Okay, just imagine this happening in the NBA. Let me find all the. This is the notes. It said DTD day-to-day buyer. Mm-hmm. This is what it said. Cambridge reportedly informed multiple individuals within the Sparks organization Monday that she intends to leave the team. Christina Williams of Girls Talk Sports TV reports. The team hasn't issued a public comment on Cambridge's status, but at the very least, the 4-time All-Star looks unlikely to be available for Thursday's game in Phoenix unless she and the Sparks were able to quickly mend what appears to be a fractured relationship. Cambridge returned to a starting role, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. So there's that, and it says Cambridge has had a rocky relationship with multiple teams, moving on from the Aces during the offseason to Los Angeles. She's now set to end her tenure with the Sparks, and it's unclear if she'll continue her pursuit of an NBA career. So this is a top player that literally just can't get along with teams, and they're just like, she's like, okay, well, I guess I just have to retire. I got nowhere to go. So that's, I thought. What'd you say?
A question about that, if you don't mind, just real quick.
No, go ahead.
In terms of, so you said I've never heard of this lady.
Of course.
She does a lot of modeling too. Like, I've seen her. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
She does a lot of modeling. Yeah.
Who would you equate her to in the NBA? Like in terms of
as far as player?
Yeah,
Westbrook.
is? Like how important is she?
I would
Wes-
think like I was
Oh,
gonna say
hold
like
on, Richard. Did you say how important she is?
She's
like
WNBA,
yeah,
and
like the category of player. Like I would think that she's like a
she like Steph Curry, Harden.
no. Like a Towns
Okay,
I don't. Well, I mean,
for the like if equal out.
four-time MVP.
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe like a Rudy Gobert. I don't know. I've
You
never
said
watched.
4-time MVP,
Well,
right?
I think that's my point. That's my point.
Yeah, like
I'm just like
Rudy Gobert did this, it would be all over the news.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be? Like,
absolutely.
you would-
Yeah, it would be.
that's
Yeah.
my point.
okay,
But we don't care.
Yeah, like,
You know
I'm
what I'm saying? Just like the Brittany Griner.
Like I literally, like, dude, I've had so many girls sit out. So there's another girl named Ellen. Hold on. She's actually really good, like really good. Wait for it. Her name is Elena.
These
Elena.
fantasy names are.
Elena Deladani. Okay. So she plays for the Washington Mystics. She has not played since 7/21 was her last game. Okay. So last week sometime. She's about to play back-to-back games. So they sat her out the first game. She's had a week off and they sit her out the next
Injury.
game. No, she's not even hurt.
No,
It's
they
for
do-
for
they do
rest,
stuff
Kevin.
like that in the NBA, man.
It's for rest.
So she
Like-
sounds like she sounds like she equates to Kawhi.
I guess.
So, yeah, just to specify out here, I probably watched one NBA game last year, like in totality, like from beginning to end, and I think it was a finals game.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't want people to think like I don't watch WNBA games because it's girls. Like I just don't have time to
I know,
watch
like,
a whole basketball game. But I just like I watch ESPN and I watch and I look at the news constantly, and I have no idea this is happening.
Yeah, dude, I don't either. I don't know it until I look at my fantasy team.
Hey, I swear on everything. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but it's just like I just don't watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, it's hard when you watch men's college basketball, men's high school basketball.
NBA
It's just more athletic.
NBA basketball is the slowest game ever.
Slowest.
Slow.
WNBA.
No, NBA. Even I'm just saying NBA. So like,
Yeah.
I'm just comparing
What do you mean
it to
it's
that.
slow?
Because there's always a
the
call.
game's drag out. It's like 3-hour games.
Hold on, dude. No, football takes forever.
No, it's more
Like when I think of a long
Hey, I'm gonna
game,
tell
I
you-
think of
so-
football.
So I'm gonna tell you why football has the game on lock. It's because of fantasy football.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Without a
like,
doubt.
You can't be. You can never say like.
But that's that's kind of to my point to earlier. How many people are really watching that full game, or are they just checking the highlights,
just checking your score.
checking the
Yeah.
scores? Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
took-
exactly.
Yeah, I can't tell you last time I watched
Should I-
a football game in entirety.
Yeah, so
well-
that's what makes the football. But I do like Sunday nights. I do like the night games.
But see that's my point to the next generation. Like I think the NBA is the football. I mean, for sure, baseball. I think they're going to have a really hard time. Like I don't think any of our kids watch sports.
Yeah,
Right.
No.
I think Jared's kid probably does a little bit, but that's about it. Right. And he's got a boy that's an athlete.
Yeah.
So I don't.
and that's
I
I
don't think it's a thing. It's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean sit down for 2 hours
Yeah.
and watch a game?
Yeah. So like, and that's the other thing with a game is like I can listen to it on the radio, like a podcast or something like that, but like I'm not gonna pay attention to like I can't focus in on anything for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if it's always been like that. I think people have always had the game on, in the background,
Yeah.
working in the garage or whatever. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. But I would think that those leagues would have to try to start. I'm kind of curious about that next generation if they're really.
What can they
into it.
do though? What can they do?
I don't know,
I
man.
know like baseball is. I think they are beginning to have robot umpires to kind of.
God.
And also, they've also lowered the amount of time a pitcher can hold
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah.
They changed it. Is it 9 seconds?
You reduce the game time. Yeah.
Yes, I think they can do things like that. Like I said, the umpire, the ball strike caller is now just like a robot thing they put out there. I think they're starting to introduce stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I think eventually. But see that's really what speeds it up and slows it down, right? Is the human referee,
human element of it.
Yeah, because I mean,
it kind of makes it more excitement to me because like
it does
the back call. You know what I'm saying? It changes everything.
It kind of does, but I think too. I'm honestly surprised a referee or an umpire has never been sued. You know what I'm saying?
I never even thought of it like that.
You just cost that player millions upon millions, maybe an endorsement deal, all because of your shitty call. Like, I'm honestly surprised too that nobody's been sued after the Donaghy thing came out, where he admitted that they would purposely. Like, I'm surprised. There must be some sort of contract that you sign that says you won't. Some sort of.
Because the way that contracts are and the stimuluses that they have with bonuses and stuff, there
must be some sort of arbitration policy too against referees, some sort of union thing. But I'm really surprised you haven't seen something.
I would think there's something to protect them. But what I was gonna say is, especially for people that gamble, if they gambled on that game, of course, back then I don't know if gambling was really legal like it is now, but. But dude, that's or just death threats in general. Like if you're a ref, like
the death threat deals a lot. Around. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about the death threat thing, and that's why they kind of leave under guys and everything. But I could really see it becoming more of a robotic, artificial intelligence style of refereeing and umping. Because you could even have little drones flying over making calls, like, you know what I mean, like in a football game. On a football game, just have like 4 or 5 drones out there and be like,
I also think that's what turns crazy people off. I also think that's what turns people off on every sport and slows the game down, because everything is reviewed now.
Right, but I still think I want the ref to be part of the game. You know what I'm saying? I think I still like to have a ref as part of a game. I just don't want a bunch of robots. We're gonna have enough of that.
I don't know, but like you said though, like if you have to choose between that and people not watching it, and the league's becoming obsolete, what do you? What do you? Choose?
It may be interesting if that pulls people in.
Just simulation leagues, huh?
Yeah. Well, I do have I don't really want to end on a sad note because it's a little bit of a sad story. But so yesterday, on my way home from work, Ella, my oldest, texts me, "Hey, Chase is having a seizure," which is one of the kids that Nika watches is having a seizure. Mom called 911. And I was like, "Oh crap!" I was like, "Okay." So I immediately called her, got on the phone with Nika, and she had told me that one of the boys, Chase, was complaining about being dizzy, and she checked his temperature. It was fine. Gave him some water. Went on and played. Came back. Said it again. Told him to go sit on the couch, and he was like, "No, I'm fine. I want to play." So I went back and played. And then, actually, I think it was the second time he came back. She said, "Well, go, let's go sit down on the couch." But I guess as soon as he sat on the couch, his eyes just rolled back in his head, and he had a full-on seizure. Yeah. So she, scoops him up, immediately calls his mom to let her know she is currently pregnant. The mom is. They had this with their third kid, and Chase's brother is there as well, is at our house. So the mom tells Nika to call the dad, John. So she immediately calls him, and she's holding him, and I guess he's biting his tongue, and his tongue starting to bleed. It's over. It's over 5 minutes at this point. Nika's. What's crazy is that I was able to bring it up on my door, on my Ring, or whatever it is we have, and I was able to play back to kind of see what was happening. And she was just holding the boy, talking to John. The ambulance shows up, so she was holding him. John immediately said, call 911. So Nika got on the phone, called 911, and then got back on the phone with John. Ambulance got there in about less than 2 minutes, Nika said, thankfully. And then they were talking to John on the phone, asking, if he's whatever. Does he have any medicine?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, what's going on or whatever. And they they I know they're so used to like dealing with such things, but like if you could watch it on our camera, like the way she just grabs the kid who's like kind of lifeless, because he's still not like, he's still seizuring and he's kind of out of it, just grabs him and just like, here, take him. Like just gives him to somebody else, and then he goes and puts him. And like I said, I know that they do this, so I try not to judge them. But watching it, you're like, bro, like this kid's like not doing good. Like you just handing him off like he's a toy. I mean, that's literally what it looked like. So, but yeah, man, they took him, got him in the ambulance. As he was getting in the ambulance, the mom shows up, and then just basically doesn't get to see him, nothing, just has to follow the ambulance. The dad meets them, if I remember right, meets them at the hospital. They get to the hospital. Of course, they follow the ambulance there. So they are trying to get to the boy, but they, ambulance goes through a different door.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? So they're like, yeah, so they're at the front desk saying, I need to see my son, They're like, hold on, we don't even have your son. Like because, they haven't checked in yet. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even imagine like what, that scene of, what they were going through. So long story short, they ended up having to fly him to Riley. Yeah, because he had about I think it clocked out like a 45-minute seizure. Yeah, they, sedated him, made him basically sleep. So, obviously thoughts and prayers goes out to that family, but that's probably been our biggest, scare, here. And they're, I mean, these people, we're so lucky to have like such great families, that Nika's able to watch. Like the dad literally texted me, John's his name, text me that night and asked me, how's Nika? And I was like, dude, you're such a good dude. Like you're going through hell right now with your kid, and you're asking me how my wife. Yeah, you're asking. Yeah. So anyways, man, it's kind of a rough story to end on or whatever, but we did get update today that he is up and awake. He's a little irritated, like he doesn't want to be in the bed, obviously, and he doesn't know why they have all this stuff hooked to him. But I guess one of the first things he said was he wanted to know where Everly was, which is obviously my youngest, and wanted to know why he's not at Nika's. Well, why he's not here, because if you think about it, he had just sat on the couch. And then this whole episode happens, and he has no clue because he's out. Yeah, and then he wakes up in a hospital. So hopefully there's no long term damage there. But obviously having a seizure that long, probably not the best. But I kind of looked at it as a positive for him to wake up and be like, not necessarily wake up, but a few hours, be like, hey, where's my friends? So anyways, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, so I just feel for the parents, and it's just such a, we always say it, we always take it, for granted, and it's like, fortunately he's still with us, but it's like literally the day before that, like I came home and him and I were like fighting in the backyard, what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's just such a, just another reminder, man, like hold those kids close,
Yeah, even young and healthy. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Needless to say, Everly slept with us last night. I held her a little bit closer today. It's like it really does make you just, because he's 5. He's the same age as Ella, or excuse me, of Everly. So,
wow, 5 years old. And is this his first? That was his first seizure.
No, that's his second, actually.
Okay,
so it's been 2 years since he's had his previous one. So obviously it's something that they need to they and us are going to have to monitor. Yeah. It's just scary, man. I mean, it's just like, and Nika was she read up about it and was trying to explain to me like what causes a a seizure, and I mean I can't really explain it that great, but it's just wild that your body can just shut down like that, and it's just like whether it be a heart attack or brain aneurysm or whatever, it's just I don't know, man. It's just it's scary.
Yeah, stuff like that always kind of freaks me out a little bit. You start hearing like that, and then there's like stuff like that. I don't know, just stuff like that, and then you hear about was it instant death syndrome, where people just no reason, no rhyme or reason, like they just just done. There's doctors are like, and so it's diagnosed with instant death syndrome.
It's just wild. Yeah, no, could be something poisonous or
yeah.
It's wild, man. Yeah. There's a hate to keep throwing out bad news, but there's a guy from my work who his wife, they just found out a few months ago, has cancer, so they're dealing with that. But on top of that, he's got a niece, I believe it was. I think she was like 11. They went to, I think it was Italy, went there on vacation, and she ended up picking up some type of virus, and it has paralyzed her.
Jeez.
And it's not necessarily, it's more like, it's not like something that like, it's not just some random virus that any of us could get to cause us. It was literally like that type of sickness with her immune system. And it just shut it down. I think it was almost like a common cold where, all of us would just take it. No big deal, right? Or whatever. And our body would fight it off. But something to do with her immune system. And now, I mean, they're, once again, doctors are trying to figure out, okay, we got this freak sickness. Like, what do we do? So I don't know, man. I hate, like I said, I hate to throw out bad news or whatever, but it just once again, it just makes you so appreciative, that we have our health, our kids are good, just all that.
Bad news over here.
I know, right? I love someone text like, let's just laugh and have fun on the podcast.
Yeah,
we were doing pretty good.
We didn't bring up anything. It was Blake.
Yeah. I waited for the last 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Jeez. Nice.
So, I mean, we could talk about Brittany Griner again. That wasn't the most positive news.
That was actually awesome.
I guess she has kind of got crapped on by a lot of Americans, though, because apparently she has said some negative things about America. So yeah, like
why? Because she's just sitting there chilling, like.
Well, I think what do
I owe Brittany Griner? I'm being for real.
No, I think it's like previous, kind of like, even kind of some stuff that maybe like LeBron James has said, and, just kind of, crapping on our government, crapping on, our cops, crapping on that type of stuff. And, now she's probably wishing, she had all that protection. Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah, that's
sorry, Brittany Griner, we did not care about you.
Oh, I mean, you don't want to see any. You don't want Kevin. You don't want to see anybody in that position. It's.
I know. I can just imagine how scary.
Can you imagine doing 10 years of Russian prison?
Yeah.
Like that's legit.
And like what Blake said, like over something that petty, but they were looking for anything. They were looking for a rubber brand crossed the wrong way. But just think of. You're in a country you don't speak the language, and like, why is this so serious, right? So
you're in jail. You're like 7 feet tall. You're like, maybe
the first WNBA player to dunk. I think
the first
WNBA player.
I thought
in a game.
I thought it was
like in a game.
Really? That's crazy.
I think
maybe that's why. Maybe that's why no one watches.
Maybe they captured her because they have a Russian women's prison league. They needed a 7-footer.
Oh, my bad. It was Lisa Leslie.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, Lisa Leslie. I thought she threw it. I thought she used to throw it down back in the day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Brittany.
Leave Brittany alone.
Yeah. Kevin,
you muted yourself, homie. There you go.
I said next week for everybody. Next week is the Mutter special. Be ready to ask all your questions about the Mutter. Well, we did this on purpose. It's the Mutter special next week.
We're
Yeah, my
So
body.
next,
I think my body's purposely breaking down, dude. Like I have so many aches and pains. This past
look at
week.
how happy Kevin is.
I don't know what happened. Like I have
I'm so happy.
my hips hurt. My shoulder has started to pop.
My goal right now is to not. We'll talk about it next week.
I don't know what.
My goal is not to get hurt.
Bro, we'll be okay. I mean, look, I looked at those things and like the only one that kind of makes me go, I don't know if I want to do that is that Mutterhorn one where you got to climb up 3 stories.
Yeah, you climb up 3 stories. Yeah, I watched that on the video, and it's just like, dude,
it's steep.
Yeah, it's steep. And what if you're slippery and your shirt is soaking wet? That's what I worry about is actually coming down.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I think none of us are prepared for this. Like we're obviously gonna. I know my upper body strength is just, you know what I'm saying? Like I haven't really done a whole lot. I mean, I've pushed out some push-ups this week, but you know, none of us are going to be prepared. I think we all just have to go with the mindset of we're going to have fun. Yeah. We're going to work out. We're going to, you know, if
absolutely.
You're right. More than anything, and I know I've said it many times, I'm really worried about my cramps because I do get cramps pretty easily. I cannot.
You gotta drink a lot of water that morning.
Hey, Kevin, it's his menstrual cramps.
Yes. Yeah, I'm talking about those cramps.
hey, Richard, he's going to be DTD for the.
Yeah. I'm going to have to take that day off because I'm going to have so many Charlie horses. But so that's my biggest concern is like if I am climbing something and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, my body's locking up on me and there's nothing I can do. So, but I just keep telling myself like, you know, whatever, have fun.
Eat bananas, get your potassium in the day.
I do. I take magnesium pills and all that. So I'm hoping. Yeah.
I'm stretching a bunch before and drinking a bunch of water and bananas.
Well, they have volunteers there. So if I don't know, they have a TikTok I've been watching, and their volunteers straight help people. Like it's not like if there's something you can't.
Can you send us that TikTok link?
Yeah, I sent you. Yeah, I'll send you the link. And like they're in orange shirts, and their whole job is to make sure you get through the obstacle courses. So like if they see you struggling, they're gonna come help.
Yeah, I think they try to make it a fun thing, you know. Because there's people there that's probably hasn't worked out at all, or just, you know,
I did see a few people, and I was like, man, I think if he can do it, I think I'm good. I don't want to judge anybody that way, but
I've seen people ripped and in shape, and it makes me, and I see them hurting. And I'm like,
that first video that I sent you guys, that's what I was like, yeah, this is gonna be rough,
dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
I know we're going to end real soon, but that reminds me of my first ever road march in basic training. Mm-hmm. So the road march is basically you put on all your combat gear and you march for 10 miles. Like you're going to go to a mission or do something, or you're going to go set up base. And you march on the side of a road for like 5 or 10 miles, whatever you're assigned to. We did it once a week, every Saturday morning. And the first time we did it, I looked over at the dude across from me, the biggest dude. I thought this dude was like the baddest dude I'd ever met. Freaking tears just down his eyes, like the most pain.
Really?
Just the endurance, and his legs and feet were in so much pain. I just was like, oh my. So like you'll be amazed, but I guess maybe the moral of the story is you'd be surprised, you know, by what what people's thresholds are just by how they look. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm gonna look like a baby. Oh my god.
we got to plan the team up for the carrying phase. Like one of us carries one, and then they got to switch.
Oh snap! I can't carry none of you fools.
I'm gonna call JD. I'm gonna carry JD.
Yeah, that's what I said. Next week we need to plan it all out on the pod.
I'll be standing on Jared's shoulders the whole time.
Yeah. Jared, we have a Jared. Like, hey, we have a Hulk. We have a Jared.
So what? Yeah, we'll have to. Maybe we'll. Oh God, I'm getting stressed out thinking about the obstacles.
We'll pull out that Bible thing, the email they sent me.
Yeah, we'll send out that. We'll pull out the email. We'll game plan all next Wednesday on the pod.
Because the Bible also has all the courses.
And I know Kevin alluded to this a couple weeks ago. I'm scared to death of the chafing.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what Body Glide is? It's
Yeah,
like
go for it.
Get on Amazon. It's Runner's Glide, and I use it when I run, and it's just gliding, and it just looks like deodorant. It's like a deodorant.
Yes, I do have something like that.
Yeah, just put that on there. Just put that on before we run, and I think you'll be
I'm just thinking about the wet clothes. Like when everything's wet, it kind of changes things, you know.
Yeah.
But
well, and I think the first thing they have you do is that ice dunk. That's the first thing I think they have you do.
Well, hold on that Bible thing. I thought I read something that there is no. I was looking at workout things on their website, and I went to the 10K, and it said it was like trying to prep. It was showing ways to prepare for the ice bath, and they're talking about like putting your hands in water for 10 minutes, like an ice cold water, right? Doing stuff like that. But it said in parentheses, not in the 5K.
Oh,
so
okay.
Look that up.
Yeah, we'll look that up next week.
There's nothing worse than an ice bath, but there was part of me that was kind of looking forward to that because, especially towards the end, because that's what our body is going to need.
Yeah, at the end, it would be perfect. Yes. But at the beginning, it'd be shitty because it's going to tense up your muscles.
When I see people doing it, they were all super clean, not sweaty, nothing. Like,
really?
That's why I thought maybe it was the very first thing they had them do.
Oh man, that would suck. Like, give me that in the middle after
the last thing they have you do is the zapper.
Yep, I'm walking around that one.
And then the butter, yeah.
And I'm out. Unless that rejuvenates me somehow.
Right.
Hey, real quick before we sign off, Blake, how sexist are those fantasy WNBA team names?
Dude.
I'm going to ask you that.
Hold on. Here, I'll bring up our team names real quick. So there is a girl. So there's one called, oh God. He's won one game, one matchup. Why isn't it letting me hold on. Sorry. Oops, wrong button. We're getting there. All right, here we go. Brownsburg Donut Bump. I don't even know what that means. One Google is it. What'd you say?
Google it.
I'm about to Google it.
Yeah, one is All C Cup Smitty. That's your boy. That's your boy Greg. David is basket no balls, which I thought that was funny. And mine is Do You Wanna Boner? Because there is a player named Dewana Boner. Yeah. So it was just too easy. Do you want to boner?
Are you the one that has a what's your NBA?
You're gonna have to Google the bump and donuts, bro.
Yep.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah. What's my WNBA or my?
Oh, what's your NBA one? Isn't that similar to your NBA name?
No, I got Jokic or something like that.
I got Nikola Jokic.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah. Still play on the words.
I know. I'm just such a perv or something.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Free R. Kelly. Bring back Brittany Griner.
You gotta stop. we don't free people that pee on other people.
Free R. Kelly. Keep Brittany locked up. Free R. Kelly. That's probably